Today we're making coq au vin blanc in the Instant Pot. Coq au vin is a hearty chicken stew that is French in origin. This recipe was loosely adapted from a Julia Child recipe, and it's made in the Instant Pot, so that's how it's different. I like making it in the Instant Pot because the chicken comes out so tender. I love serving this coq au vin with mashed potatoes. I'm going to show you the ingredients and how to make it. Let's get started. You're going to need 4 diced bacon strips, 1 cup of frozen pearl onions, or you can also use fresh. I just have a hard time finding fresh, so I buy frozen. 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, 6 pieces of bone-in skinless chicken thighs or drumsticks. You could use boneless chicken thighs, but you would pressure cook for a bit less time. 2 cups of cleaned and diced leeks. Make sure you clean them really well between the layers. 2 cups of sliced or quartered mushrooms, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 4 sprigs of fresh thyme or 3/4 of a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/4 cup of brandy, 2 tablespoons of softened butter, 1.5 cups of baby carrots or regular carrots, 1 cup of low sodium chicken broth, 1 cup of dry white wine, 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, salt to taste, and black pepper to taste. Turn on the Instant Pot in sauté mode, and once it's hot, add the bacon and sauté the bacon until it's crisp. Now remove the bacon from the Instant Pot and set it aside. We'll use it later. We're going to brown the chicken pieces in the bacon grease. I like to sauté the chicken on the stovetop actually because it's just much easier in a frying pan, because you can fit more and you can control the temperature. But for the purposes of this video, and because many people want to just use the Instant Pot for everything, I'm showing you how to do it in the Instant Pot. So if you're doing it in the Instant Pot, you need to split it up and do it in batches. And once you've fried the 2 sides of the chicken pieces, you're gonna remove it and set it aside. And try and control the temperature so that it's not too hot and you don't want the chicken to burn. If you find that it's burning, you may want to either do it on the stovetop or deglaze. Now we're ready to add in the vegetables. We don't want the vegetables to cook completely. We're just going to stir them up so that some of those brown bits get incorporated. Add the mushrooms and the leeks and stir them together. Sometimes these vegetables will release their own liquid while you're heating it up in sauté mode, and that automatically deglazes the pan. Add the carrots, and now we're gonna go ahead and deglaze with the brandy. The liquid will make those brown bits dislodge from the bottom, and so stir everything up so there's nothing stuck to the bottom, and all those tasty drippings from the bacon and the chicken will really enhance the flavor of this dish. Now press cancel and add the garlic and the tomato paste and stir everything together till all the tomato paste is incorporated into the dish. Now add the chicken pieces on top of the vegetables. And like I mentioned before, make sure there's nothing stuck on the bottom of the Instant Pot. This is really important because if there is, then you can get the burn message or you could have sealing problems. Add in the broth, salt, pepper, and the thyme. And gently push down on the chicken pieces so that the liquid is surrounding the chicken. Add the pearl onions. You don't have to defrost them, but I have defrosted them and I just add them in on top and just push them down so they get submerged in the liquid. You could also add them before you add the chicken with the vegetables. Close the lid and we're going to pressure cook for 12 minutes on high pressure. Once the pressure cooking is done, we're going to do a quick release of pressure. And the reason we do this is so that the vegetables don't overcook. And the chicken is submerged in liquid, so it should be fine with a quick release. Now stir everything up. I like to thicken this stew with a mixture of flour and softened butter that I mix into a thick paste. and it's called beurre manié in French, and it gives the stew a very rich flavor. You could just add a cornstarch slurry if you wanted to reduce the calories. I really like the taste that this butter and flour give this recipe. Turn on sauté mode and let the butter flour mixture melt into the stew and allow it to thicken. It'll take a few minutes before the raw taste of the flour goes away. Once the soup is thickened, it's ready to be served. I love serving this recipe with mashed potatoes or some polenta. You can even serve it over pasta, and some people like to have it just as a stew. So there are many ways to try this recipe out. This is a delicious recipe for a cold evening, so I hope you get to try it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.